Hey guys, how's it going? Man coming back at you once again, and today I'm going to be talking to you about some Blu-rays that I picked up from a Kino Lorber sale. Usually I don't pick up Kino Lorber titles, but they had a sale recently, a very good sale on some of their Studio Classics titles, and some of them were like new titles that are either hadn't even come out yet or had just literally just come out. And one of the titles that I picked up here was actually one that literally just came out. But yeah, the prices were all really good, like $8.99, $9.99, $10.99, stuff like that. I don't think I saw a single title over like $12.99, and that's really good for Kino Lorber. Usually you can expect to pay between $16 and $20, if not more, on Amazon or other sources, if you can even find them at other sources, but very rarely that you'll find Kino Lorber anywhere other than online. So yeah, with that said, let's get into the video here. Let's show you what I found here, what I got for a really good price. I believe this one was $10, $9.99, and this is one that literally just came out on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber, I think a few months ago. And it has been at like the $18 level, or thereabouts, on Amazon for a while now, and I was so very happy to see it drop down to like $10, because like it probably isn't going to be that price again for a long freaking time. So needless to say, I picked up Cadillac Man starring Robin Williams. This is actually a really good movie. I don't know if you guys remember, but I actually got like a triple pack DVD from Half Price Books during one of their sales. They had it there actually listed for $1, so I don't think it was even part of the sale or something. No, I got it in like a bag sale there. Yeah, it was a bag sale, but it was listed there as only $1. And this was one of the movies that was on that 3-pack DVD, and I got it primarily for this movie because I actually thought it was Used Cars. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the movie Used Cars, but I got them confused. Cadillac Man and Used Cars. I got it confused. So I was a little disappointed when I realized my mistake there. However, I decided to go ahead and watch the movie anyways, because I was like, well, it's Robin Williams. Looks like a pretty funny movie. Let's give it a chance. So I went ahead and watched it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. This, I think, is like, it could be a modern classic if you gave it a chance. It's really freaking good. I found it hilarious. I loved it. I think it's an underrated gem, really, and I'm so glad I was able to get this on Blu-ray faster than I was expecting to. I did have it on my wish list on Amazon, but I didn't know when I was going to be able to get it because I didn't want to pay, $18, $20 for it because I'm a cheapskate. But to be able to get it for $10 on sale, that's a steal, and I will do that every day of the week. This movie also stars like Fran Drescher, Lori Petty. Tim Robbins plays the bad guy, as it were, but he's not really a bad guy. He's just like a lovable loser kind of character. It's his character's so hilarious. It's brilliant. He's so brilliant in this movie, as is Robin Williams, of course, as are most of the amazing character actors in this film. Special features here include audio commentary by director Roger Donaldson and original theatrical trailer. Again, I can't recommend this highly enough. This is just an amazing movie that I think everybody needs to see. It's probably like a 7.5, 8 out of 10 for me, honestly. It's a really good movie, and I really enjoy it, and now I can watch it in high definition. Next up here, I got I'm Gonna Get You Sucka, which is a movie I actually have not seen yet, but I've seen a few clips from it, notably the one with Chris Rock asking for one rib from the restaurant, and yeah, it just cracks me up every time I see that scene. So I just know I'm going to love everything else in this movie, or at least most of everything else in this movie. It's a movie written, directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty good. Based on, from what I understand, based on blaxploitation movies, at least loosely. but just more of a comedy action film that's just mocking action films from the 80s and whatnot. And it just so happens to be like a completely black cast mocking, or mostly black cast mocking those tropes and whatnot. But that's not uncommon for the Wayans brothers. You know, they're still doing it today, aren't they? With like the haunted house movies, or not the haunted, yeah, they're haunted house movies, yeah. So, like, obviously they're playing a lot of tropes in those movies that are from films with a overly white cast, but I feel like they are movie fans. They love watching movies, and they see all these movies, and they want to make fun of them because they see kind of some of the pitfalls and the problems with them, and they just kind of want to poke fun at that, you know what I mean? This is probably why they did this. They probably weren't even focused on race, but at the same time, this is focusing a movie that's based lightly, I guess, loosely on blaxploitation, but mostly on action films, you know what I mean? So, and it stars, I think the big thing is just like people call it a blaxploitation movie, but it's really just, it stars a lot of people from blaxploitation movies. And so it feels like a blaxploitation movie because all the movies these people starred in beforehand were mostly blaxploitation movies. So, yeah. All that out of the way, this was only $8.99, and that is a freaking steal. And again, I haven't seen the movie entire yet. I've only seen a few scenes, enough to know that I'm going to enjoy it, though. Enough to know that it's probably one of the better movies, I would say, from Kino Lorber. So I can't wait to finally be able to check it out, and in high definition as well. Special features include the making of featurette, additional interviews and B-rolls, and a trailer gallery. Not a whole lot special features wise, but you know, Kino Lorber doesn't really do a lot of special features to begin with, so take what you can get and appreciate the fact that it's a pretty low price for a specialty label like Kino Lorber. So yeah. Next up, I did decide to pull the trigger on Barton Fink, even though if you look over there in the corner there, you can probably see I have the Region B release of Barton Fink, but I've looked it up and determined that like this is apparently just a much better transfer, a much better release of the movie, and from what I can tell from the back of that release, this has a lot more special features. This has interview with John Turturro, interview with Michael Lerner, interview with producer Ben Barinholtz, interview with composer Carter Burwell, interview with sound editor Skip Leavesay, 8 deleted scenes, and the theatrical trailer, which isn't like a whole lot of stuff, but it's enough of a difference and enough more from what you're getting in the other release there that's apparently not as good of a transfer that I was like, yeah, why the hell not? I essentially only paid like $5-6 to have that shipped from the UK, the Region B release, so I'm not really too beat up over paying that money. And this one was, I believe, I think this was also $10, $9.99, might have been $10.99, but I think it was $9.99. And as some of you may know, this is a Coen Brothers film. It's brilliant. It's got a lot of hilarious moments, but it's more of a darker kind of thinking man's movie. And as a writer, especially because this movie is about a writer, I love and adore this movie because they so understand, because they themselves are writers, they so understand what it's actually like, and they perfectly replicate in some ways what it's actually like to be a writer. So God, I love this movie, and some of the little nods that they put in there, the subtext that they put in there that's like specifically designed to catch the eye of the writer, the person who's familiar with writing. So yeah, very good stuff. Excellent movie. Apparently was written and they worked on it when Joel Coen had like a bit of a writer's block. He was trying to work on the script for another movie and he got writer's block. And then this script was what came out of the writer's block because he couldn't figure out how to finish the other one. So so this movie, go figure, is about like a writer who has writer's block. But it's so much more than that, and it's so fucking good, and I love it. So I had to get the best possible version of it because I'm such a huge fan of it. And, well, here it is. Kino Lorber release. Best way to get it. And then, last but not least, I decided to take a chance on a movie I had never even heard of, didn't know anything about, and just kind of looked interesting. And that would be Portrait of Jennie. This is a romantic kind of movie, but when I was looking it up just to see what it was about, what's going on there, I found a video. I can't remember if it was called From Trailers from Hell or something like that, but there's a YouTube channel, I think it's called Trailers from Hell, and they sometimes get some like notable directors, notable filmmakers and stuff like that to comment on the trailers for like classic movies like this. So sure enough, they got Joe Dante, of all people, Joe Dante, to do a little like trailer review, movie review of Portrait of Jennie, and he was saying that this is actually one of his favorite movies and that it's really, really good, underrated and stuff like that. I'd never even heard of this. I had no idea what it was. I had no idea it even existed. But, you know, you see those names up there, especially Joseph Cotton, and I'm thinking, this is probably a freaking classic. And I look at the trailer, and it actually looks really interesting. It looks kind of like a filmmaker's kind of movie, though, you know what I mean? Something that, if you have an eye for cinematography, you're probably going to enjoy this. But I wasn't entirely sold until he mentioned that there's some kind of like you wouldn't give too much away because he's Joe Dante and he knows, like, you don't spoil movies, right? But he said there was something having to do with like a time travel aspect to this movie, and I was just like, okay, sold. Time travel, 1950s movie here, like 1948 actually, 1948. Sounds really intriguing to me. I didn't know exactly what to think, but if Joe Dante loves it and it's got a time travel aspect to it, and I can already see from the trailer that the cinematography is really good, I'm probably going to like it. So I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, looking good. This is apparently one of the last movies, or I don't know if it's one of the last movies that David O. Selznick did, but it was like apparently like a love letter to his wife. It's something that he wanted to do for his wife, and he produced this, I believe. Hold on, let me see here. Was it produced or directed? It wasn't directed. Production was supervised by David O. Selznick. So yes, David O. Selznick produced, or helped to produce, really, this movie, and he, I guess, was very influential in how this movie turned out, and his influence, I guess, can be felt throughout the movie. But yeah, another little nugget there that makes me very interested to see what this movie's all about and whether or not I'm going to like it. But this one was another one that I think was about $10, so I went ahead and decided to take a chance on it, because when they have these sales, the only problem with them is that you have to get to the $50 mark before you get free shipping, and if you don't get the free shipping, they charge you like another $10 just to ship whatever the heck you got. So like, I had these 3 titles picked out here, and that came to like $30-something, and then they were going to charge me another $8 or $9 or something like that just to ship 3 Blu-rays. Guess how much it actually costs to ship 3 Blu-rays? Not $8 or $9. I know this for a fact because I recently did that. Because I recently sold some Blu-rays on Amazon, in a 3-pack lot, and they sold for like, with the shipping was $3.75 on them. So actually, I don't even think it was that much. I think it was like $3.17. So yeah, just like, you can ship Blu-rays for a very low price, and the way they shipped these, they could have shipped them for a very low price, and I know that was like a 4 to 10 day shipping that they wanted me to pay like almost $10 for. If you're going to pay almost $10 for shipping, you might as well just spend that money on an extra Blu-ray and get to the $50. I did manage to get to the $50 by getting somebody else a Blu-ray that they wanted, that they couldn't afford to get at the time. They're like, I'll pay you back, and you know what I mean. That's how I did that. So I'm basically just waiting on them to pay for the Blu-ray, and I'll send them their Blu-ray. But I got my Blu-rays in, and I'm pretty happy with them. Paid about, like, one of them was $9 and the rest were $10, basically. I think Cadillac Man, I said it was $9.99, it might have been $10.99, but still, when it's a title that's going for like $18 right now, not bad. So, yeah, Cadillac Man. Can't wait to see what this is all about, see if it's as good as I'm hoping it will be. I'm Gonna Get You Sucka, and Barton Fink. So a couple movies in here I have not yet seen, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to love, and then a couple that I absolutely cherish and adore. So, very cool. I loved this sale. There were so many great titles to pick from in this particular Kino Lorber sale, and these were just a few of them. So, yeah. That will do it for me today. Thanks for watching, you guys. Catch you later. Peace.